Now, why does every single Masonic lodge have a Holy Bible on their altar? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, one of the reasons that every single Masonic lodge has a Holy Bible on their altar is because it represents God's authority over man. We believe God to be above man, that he is over us all, and that the Bible is also the volume of sacred law. So we like to measure our actions against the morality that is laid out in the Bible. Now, Freemasonry is not a religion, and it is not only open to people that are Christians. People of all faiths can join the fraternity, even people that just have a belief in a supreme being, but they're not associated with any specific religion or sect. They are still open to Masonry as long as they believe in a supreme being. With that being said, we do consider the Bible to be the volume of sacred law, like I said. So there's a lot of truth in the Holy Bible that we accept as Masons. Now, the other reason that we have a Holy Bible on the altar of every Masonic lodge is because sacred obligations are taken on this Bible. In other words, Masons are taking obligations on this Bible that they will follow, and they're promising to follow that obligation, the Bible being something that they symbolically bind themselves to make that promise more meaningful to them. Now, with that being said, if a Mason joins from another faith and they consider their sacred text to be what's important to them, then they would take their obligation on whatever sacred text is sacred to them, whether that be the Bhagavad Gita or whatever scripture they view to be sacred. They can take their obligation on that sacred scripture. The other reason that the Holy Bible is so essential to Masonry is because it reflects a belief in a supreme being, which every Mason has to have. In order to join the fraternity, you have to have a belief in a supreme being. So that is why the Holy Bible is so essential and so important to Freemasonry. And as a Mason myself, and as a Christian and a believer in God, the Bible is very sacred to me. And I definitely agree with Masonry when it calls the Holy Bible the volume of sacred law. Because I personally took my Masonic obligation on the Holy Bible, and so the Bible is extremely meaningful to me as a Mason, as it reminds me of my obligation and the promises that I made to God, that I would follow those promises when I took my obligation to become a Mason. So I hope you guys found this video valuable. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. And as always, peace be with you.